Hello, hello, hello.
Hey guys.
Joe and Kevin back at you with some more West Wing.
Yeah,
today.
episode 2 of The West Wing. This one, ad hoc ergo propter hoc. A little Latin for you.
A little Latin there for you.
So the pilot, we were kind of talking about the pilot. Really strong, contained pilot.
Yes.
But you always have to wonder on a show is where do you go from there? Because a lot of time, I don't know the history of this show in terms of production and everything, but a lot of times a pilot is like, here's our best effort.
Yeah.
Please take our show. Right.
So like a studio or like a channel will, hire a filmmaker or a showrunner to make the pilot. And if they like the pilot, that's what the show is ordered off of.
A lot of times, but with a guy like...
they just go straight to order. Yeah.
And a lot of times with a guy like Aaron Sorkin, you're like, oh, you want to do a show? We'll take 20 right up front.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this one went.
Well, back in the day, they could cancel your show when it was still in the air. So
they used to.
You might have like 10 episodes, and if they cancel your show while it's still going, you only get maybe see 5-6 episodes.
Famously, Firefly did that.
Firefly
right?
did
They didn't... The last, I don't know how many episodes are in Firefly, but they canceled it while it was still rolling, and you had to wait
for the DVDs
to actually finish the season.
With streamers now, it's a little different. I mean, I think we all know on Netflix, we're so angry at them because they cancel so many great shows.
All the time. Netflix has a bad reputation, and I think they lost viewers because they will run a season of a show, people will like it, it's got to build slow, but the algorithm says cancel it.
Yeah, and at least you get the full season, though.
At least you get the full season, which you didn't always. I think Cop Rock famously lasted 4 episodes.
Cop Rock.
If you've never seen Cop Rock, check it out. I think YouTube, you can find it. One of the most mesmerizingly strange things ever ordered for television.
But like we were saying, Sorkin, he probably had enough cachet to where he was like...
Yeah, because he had a Few Good Men already in the bag.
Yeah, the American President. Like, I think we were having a conversation with one of our coworkers recently that like the set for this show is very famous, and they used it for the American President.
Among other things,
amongst other like political shows and stuff like that.
That's a great set. Good setup for a lot of camera movement.
Yeah, so NBC definitely... They put the budget into the show.
Absolutely.
So it's probably safe to assume that like it wasn't just the pilot that was ordered.
Right.
They probably ordered the first season.
Let us know if you guys know, because we're not sure.
Yeah.
No spoilers, please.
But that's why that first episode felt so complete.
Yeah, it completely. It was very well written, very strong episode.
Came out swinging.
Yeah, absolutely. Point is we don't really know what the direction the show is going to take heading out of the pilot into the second one. Ad hoc ergo propter hoc, Latin. I don't know what it translates to, but I do know it's a logical fallacy that we talk about a lot in our current political climate. It gets used a lot. Like we call out logical fallacies, and basically what that one is the idea that just because something happened after something else doesn't mean it caused it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I get an F in English and then I go wreck my car. You can't. Do you blame the F in English, or did I just wreck my car? It's a leap to say that the F caused my car crash. Yeah. So just because something happens after something else doesn't mean it caused it. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Polio, was as we know, polio. Eradicated by vaccines, but when it was happening, cases were spiking in the summer.
Yeah.
So there was a big belief that ice cream was causing polio because you ate more ice cream in the summer, right?
Yeah.
It turned out, obviously, it was happening in swimming pools, right? This was before we chlorinated pools, so kids were getting in pools and spreading polio that way. But the assumption was, kids are eating ice cream, they're getting polio, so ice cream's causing polio was way wrong.
That'd be really shitty.
Right, so obviously this seems like a show for calling an episode of a Latin term for a logical fallacy. We're talking about an intelligent show that we're hopefully going to learn some stuff on.
Yeah, and I'm not going to pretend like I know a lot about this world. I know a little bit, but I'm not well versed in it. So.
This is starting at the end. The show starts, I think, time wise, like historically, at the end of the Clinton administration, going into the Bush administration.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Make sure we hit that like button.
Yeah, for those of you on YouTube.
Subscribe.
Yeah, thank you for watching. We really do appreciate it.
Just before we start, just go.
Like, comment, subscribe. That definitely is helpful for us. We enjoy the comments. We try to get back to everyone who's commented so far on our stuff, and we appreciate it. We love the engagement. Always love engagement.
Absolutely.
And it turns out that I accidentally...
The only thing I don't like about recaps sometimes is they spoil what's coming. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they'll show something from several episodes and go like, oh, this character or this plot line's coming back. Yeah.
Sure. It does take the surprise out.
It does. A lot of it. Like, well, I guess we're seeing this person again.
Yeah.
That's true. I might nominate the president.
Possibly keynote.
But definitely something in prime time.
It's a little backdeal political swindling to get him out of the running.
Get nominated at the nominating convention.
Settle down.
The bill was our coming
Settle
out party.
down.
We were going to have the stage for a month. It was our nessun dorma.
It's hard to take out an incumbent president in a re-election is the nominee.
No, everything is not all right. You know what the worst part about this is?
You're unemployed?
I think you dinged up your suspension pretty
Yeah, that too, yeah.
I'm so glad they addressed
Yeah.
it.
The party they're having right now in the West Wing at my expense.
They're not having a party in the West Wing.
Oh, that was solid.
That's funny.
Yeah. I like the fact they inject humor into this.
They do.
A clear
it is
drama.
pretty funny, yeah. I enjoy the soft lighting as well in the show.
Even outside, did you notice there was?
I was paying attention to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this is really good.
They turned down, they declined the invitation.
How does someone decline an invitation for a photo op with the president?
I'm saying.
Nowadays, people do it all the time because of polarization.
Morning. Is this really because of the joke?
It's because of the joke.
Someone
Let's
give me
hear
a
this
river
joke.
Or just serpent to slay.
Oh, Tim Matheson
Drinking from the keg of glory. We're to bring him all the muffins and bagels in the land.
We heard. Good job.
from Animal House.
Turn down the invitation.
They declined.
We're good.
I'm assuming the president made a joke that didn't land.
That the Japanese need to buy more
Is that
American
relevant?
cars.
Right, right, yeah.
More American cars.
Which is what I told Jaworski.
Sir, this may be a good time to talk about your sense of humor.
Intelligence briefing. You got Wampton, Texas twice.
We got whomped in the primary and we got whomped in November.
I think I was there.
And it was avoidable.
It's also a red
Nowadays, a Democrat will never win Texas. Yeah.
Post hoc ergo propter hoc.
There you go.
Okay, but none of my visitors are going to be able to understand my tombstone.
One thing follows the other, therefore it was caused by the other. But it's not always true. In
Right.
fact, it's hardly ever true. We did not lose Texas because of the hat joke.
You lost it because it's a red state.
Because it's Texas, yeah.
When you learn to speak Latin,
Go figure.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I have some news.
Good news?
Well, there's a way to see it as bad news, but I think it's good news.
So what is it?
Lloyd Russell is no longer our client.
Really?
Yes.
Lost our only client?
I like to think of us as a team, Daisy.
I quit my job.
So did I.
After having put about $500,000 in the bank.
I saved wisely.
How are you gonna pay me?
Can I just say that it's typically you to leap to that question at a time like this?
It's not typically me, Mandy. It's typically my
I would ask
landlord.
that question
It's typically
too.
College loans.
Me neither, but we
these
need
tracking
an
shots
immediate
are
director.
Yeah.
I've done
insane.
talent shows with more polish than some of the events around town.
So smooth, like
I know.
between the
Listen,
pillars
I'm
and
with you.
everything.
We need to double
What's
team.
really
Think we
impressive
bring
is
Sam
when they
and
go
CJ
from
too.
that
We
and
need
they
to bang
transition
out
down to like
podcasts.
when
We
somebody's
do it as
seated,
a gang.
seated,
Yeah,
seated
yeah.
down,
See you later.
and the
Who's
camera
second?
moves with them.
Mandy, right? Nope. Anyone but Mandy.
It's gonna be Mandy for sure because she just got fired.
Yeah.
Like the rhythm of the Q&A, use the Ryder Cup, just fly right in the teeth of it.
That's actually not a bad idea. Toby's smart.
Please take your seat.
And I'm quoting from notes. This is a time when the president needs our support. Can you clarify the language?
no, I can't, Mike. I haven't spoken with the vice president today.
This is a time when the president needs our support. Third one in 5 weeks.
So she moved on to the Ryder Cup.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah. Listen, make sure CJ keeps this off Leo's desk.
I think it goes right on Leo's desk.
They have for the show though.
for a late drink and I met this woman named Lori and
Oh, he's gonna fess up about the prostitute.
spent the evening together back at her place and the next day I discovered she was call girl.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Lay that on him.
Sam?
Yeah.
Do you want to maybe close the door?
Yeah.
It's not what you think.
The only thing I know about her is she's a call girl. Is she a call girl?
Yes.
Then so far she's exactly what I think.
I just think I left abruptly. I think it was rude.
Oh, you're gonna try and reform her, aren't you?
No. A goodbye that, you know, shows a little respect.
Sam,
You know what? You'd like her if you met her, Josh.
you gotta promise me that's never gonna happen, Sam. I would definitely talk to
Oh,
him.
I'm gonna talk to him.
I want you to stand
I
up
assume
for
she's
him.
talking about the
I'm
vice
standing on
president.
perimeter. I don't want it on Leo's desk. Thank you.
Absolutely not.
And can you get dates for 3 of my friends?
CJ, does he have a minute?
We're leaving for New York.
It'll just be a minute.
I haven't
Looking at
seen
my
that in
watch.
so long.
Yeah, it's a really funny movie.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good luck, everyone.
This is a time when the president needs our support.
Yes.
Well, you can see how that might be interpreted.
CJ.
Yes, sir.
I've got my own press secretary.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Got a ring.
It's a little smug.
Yeah, that was a shutdown right there for sure. So if there's tension between the president and vice president, that's an interesting angle to take with the show.
It is, yeah.
You should stay. Got any pictures?
Thought you'd never ask.
At least he had it handy and ready.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nancy. Oh, she's beautiful. What's her name?
Angela's my wife. Corey is our daughter.
Jokes like that are part of my folksy charm, Morris. It's at the very heart of my popularity.
Don't you have a job approval rating of like 3% or something?
Well, we're having some difficulty getting the word out. Is this from this morning, Carol?
Yes, sir.
I'm an accomplished man, Morris. I can sit comfortably with prime ministers and presidents, even the Pope. Why is it every time I sit with the Joint Chiefs, I feel like I'm back at my father's dinner table? I'm not comfortable with violence. I know this country has enemies, but I don't feel violent toward any of them.
I think George H.W. Bush was our last military president, really, that had much of a military background. So they deal with it all the time.
Yeah.
Look at that picture again. See? The past isn't the only thing your family can be proud of.
Man, this is the kind of leadership that I need. This is the kind of leadership we really do.
Right.
You know?
I get why everyone is nostalgic for this show.
Do you think people like this actually exist, though?
Yeah, I do. I just don't think they're the ones that have been in charge.
Yeah, unfortunately. Idealists, you know. That is very thought-provoking, his whole idea. Like, we have enemies, but I don't feel violence towards them, you know?
Right, yeah.
Okay. Leo will call when he's ready. Anyone but Mandy.
Right.
They're definitely setting up Mandy's going to get this job.
I have a PhD. Did you know that? Yes. I'm accomplished and brilliant.
Oof. She's grating on me a little bit.
Yeah. Well, the president just said he was accomplished as well, but
Right,
he was a little more humble about it.
Hers is worse.
Yeah,
and she's not the president.
So, yeah.
Yes. I'm done. Really? Wait and hope that a statement comes out of it.
He's nervous to tell him.
Yeah. I forgot that we're talking about the call girl.
Can I talk to you a second?
Yeah. He's a little intimidating. I'd be a little scared.
He's very intimidating. Yeah. He seems gruff.
Yes, to say the least.
About a week ago, I accidentally slept with a prostitute.
Wow, he does not know how to lead into that.
Well.
Really? You accidentally slept with a prostitute?
Call girl.
Accidentally?
Yes.
Accidentally.
I don't understand. Did you trip over something?
I didn't know she was a call girl.
There wasn't a red flag when she charged you money and... So you'll let us hire a new media consultant? You'll let the DNC spend some money?
Absolutely.
Who do we get?
Mandy.
Yeah.
Excellent choice. Yes. Wait. What?
Yeah, there you go.
Mandy.
Who's recently unemployed, and by the way, I don't think Josh has gotten enough credit for that.
Fine. I'm a team player. I think my record's pretty clear on that. As long as she understands that she answers to me and she answers to Toby. I don't want to have to go 15 rounds with her in the Oval Office.
Did you talk to Hoynes today?
Yeah, I talked to him for a minute this morning.
About A3C3?
Yeah.
I mean about the quote.
Yeah.
And?
Miscommunication, he's on board.
Have they said what Leo's job is? I know he's in charge of everybody. Is he chief of staff?
How do you get back in there? I believe so. I might have missed it.
Yeah. I'm assuming so because he seems to be the boss.
Yeah.
There are some calls, but you can make
Yeah,
them
he
from
is
the
kind of the head of the
residence.
ship.
Yeah, it seems like he's the one running everything.
What's in the bag?
Delegation from the University of Nebraska was sorry you couldn't see them during their visit, and they left this for you with their compliments.
They left me 12 center cut, prime filet, Omaha steaks, Mrs. Lanningham.
Morris Tulliver
I was
said-
going to have Mario fix me one of those steaks tonight. You are a cattle rustler, Mrs. Lanningham.
If you say so, Mr. President. And no scotch tonight, sir.
Between you and Morris Tulliver, who needs a wife or a mother?
Good night, Mr. President.
What are you doing here?
Jed Bartlett, Nobel laureate in economics, 3-term congressman, 2-term governor. You guys look like you could use a client.
You are a good man, Josh.
Yeah, I really am quite something.
Good guy. We don't even know how to thank you.
The look on Mandy's face is thanks enough. Get your coats. You hungry?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go. Rule number 3, and I really can't emphasize this enough. You answer to me, you answer to Toby. My office is drawing up some instructional charts that pretty much outline the chain of command. For instance, you answer to me, and you answer to Toby.
Think it's going to work out that
No,
way?
I do not.
Absolutely not.
Did you blow off C.J. Craig this morning?
Leo.
I'm asking.
Is that what this is about?
Did you?
You know what? CJ doesn't need to come running to you every time she hits a bump.
C.J. didn't come running, John. She covered your ass. I want you to consider it a directive from this office.
You want me to consider it a directive from this office?
It's getting tense.
Well, let me consult Article 2 of the Constitution, because I'm not 100% sure where this office gets the authority to direct me to the men's room.
Don't do what you're doing, John.
You're a world-class political operative, Leo. Why the hell shouldn't I keep on doing what I've been doing?
'Cause I'll win, and you'll end up playing celebrity.
Yeah, you're the VP.
Well, yeah,
Like,
you are not a powerful person, unfortunately, as the VP.
talk about power hunger. You want to be the president that bad?
Right,
Jeez.
yeah.
Give this president anything less than your full-throated support, and you're going to find out exactly how long.
VPs have gotten replaced on tickets during re-election before.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean,
what's the most recent example of that? I know towards the end of the Trump presidency, like Pence and Trump did not. They fell out a little bit.
they fell out. Obviously, H.W. Bush and Dan Quayle fell out. I mean, neither one of those guys won re-election, so I don't really remember.
Has there ever been an instance where a VP has been discharged?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I can't think of anything like that.
I mean, the one resigned during Watergate, but so did everybody else.
Yeah, that was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm looking for Lori.
I don't know anyone named Lori.
Lori's
Did he just assume that woman's a call girl? Because that's rough.
Lori is her real name. The name you know her by is not her real name. I saw her the
Oh, okay, good.
Okay,
I thought you was like, a hot girl. She must be a call girl.
Yeah.
More good news for Tony.
That'd be a funny bit.
Could you tell me where she...
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, she does not want to see it.
in for a drink and here you are.
How about that?
It's like,
Sam Seaborn.
no, don't introduce yourself. Oh my God.
This is all a bad idea.
Like this. It's just
Come on, Rob.
my whole life.
How do you know Brittany?
Who's Brittany?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lori.
The guys.
And she's going to be furious. Yeah.
Stay away from me.
Yeah.
I
Just
can't
lost
believe
her
you just
money.
did that.
I came here in
I
the
left my
spirit
coat at
of-
the table. I can't go back there.
Yeah, you can't go back
If I
there.
cost you some money, I'll write you a check.
Oh,
You go to hell for saying that.
no
You go
kidding.
to hell for saying that is right. Yeah.
Come on,
I'm sorry,
man.
that was the wrong thing to say.
Yeah.
You're gonna freeze out here.
That's cool. They're actually in DC.
You said
Yeah.
that in there. I backed away from you so quietly.
Yeah, she
saying
was
no
a trooper
idea.
about
I
it.
never would have caused any trouble. And then you come in and you brandish this.
To tell you, I had a pretty good day.
Oh.
What?
I need saving, Sam.
Yeah, you do.
Dude.
Are you aware that I make more money than you do? You're gonna try and change me, arguing, asserting a position every time I
I'm a
turn
lawyer and a
around.
speechwriter. I argue for a living, and I'm sought after because I'm very good at it.
God. This is not a good look from him at all. This did not age well.
Scared me. You understand that? So what are we supposed to do?
I don't know, but whatever it is, could we do it indoors? Because I'm from Southern California.
Yes.
From Southern California.
You want to buy me a drink?
I have to say, that sounded very professional to me.
Shut up.
Okay.
This is
So you're gonna
probably the least
reveal
professional thing ever.
Right.
To be honest with you, I don't even know what these state secrets
Now he tells me.
I don't even know what
I
he's
can recite to members of Congress in alphabetical
The whole "I'm coming to save you" thing is kind of a bummer.
Yeah. That it is a bummer, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like, who told you I needed saving? I
Yeah.
certainly didn't.
Yeah, sure. I wish, by the way, I wish you guys could see this. There's a cat loving on me right now. I've been petting this cat for the last 5 minutes.
And they be backed up by a second carrier group. Plus,
Well, this is the thing he's worried about earlier was military action.
Yeah.
Mr. President Morris Tolliver is dead.
Oh, man.
An Air Force transport carrying Morris, 12 other doctors, 42 support staff, and a crew of 5 to a teaching hospital in Amman exploded in midair about 150 miles north of Tartus.
You know, we should have saw that coming with the
kid and everything,
stuff,
yeah.
But still, that sucks.
Yeah.
I am not frightened.
Those are American lives.
I'm gonna blow them off the face of the earth with the fury of God's own thunder.
Is that the right resolve to have?
It's such a 180 from where he was earlier on violence. I mean, I get it. You,
Yeah.
you know, obviously you need to strike back.
Yeah.
Man, that's a heavy ending.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad they did.
God, that was a good episode.
It was great. But yeah, I'm kind of glad they ended on a heavy note because for the first episode in 0.9% of the other.
It was like
9% of the other one.
into the White House.
Yeah, it was kind of like it was really light for the most part.
Sure.
And obviously there's serious situations when you're going to be a presidential administration.
Yeah.
And I kind of like the fact that they aren't avoiding that. Like, it's not all Ryder Cup jokes and, minor squabbling with the vice president. There's real life and death issues that have to be dealt with.
More, I mean, that's probably what percentage of that do you think is life and death issues? I would imagine like at least
a lot of it, man.
Like 60, 70%.
Yeah, you're running the most militarily and economically powerful country in the world.
And this was pre 9/11, so
yeah.
I mean, like, no wars right now, but I mean, like, obviously the show was on for 7 years.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see if
how they handle 9/11. You have to, right?
They probably do. Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Yeah,
it changed the world.
Exactly, and it happened. Yeah, it happened while the show was on until like 2005, 6, 7, around in there. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to have to be something that they address. And episode 2, you get right into the fact that sometimes there's military hotspots around the world. I mean,
they're already dealing with Syria.
How long is America? How many? I've read this before, but there's very few years in American history that we weren't at war with somebody.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we just got done with Afghanistan. It was 20
right?
years. Yeah, exactly. It's just. And it's just an unfortunate part of American life is always being in military conflict. Yeah. And it looks like this show is not avoiding that on episode 2.
And I'm glad that we get to jump into that, and I want to see how this president handles big issues like that. Because, we know him as the warm, fun, like, dad almost
right,
in the
yeah.
show, but it's... You want to see him, if he means
and
business.
I was kind of curious after the pilot how much president we're actually going to get. You know what I mean? Because the pilot, he was in,
He's used sparingly.
Very, very small. Sure. So I was wondering, like, is the show going to be more about the support staff and very little about the president, or is the president going to be a big part of it? You know what I mean?
Oddly enough, I do think he is like a supporting character in the show.
Right.
Because even in the credits, he's not the first in there.
No, he's not.
Halfway through the credits.
Right. So it's not like the American president, right? It's not like a show about the president, it's a show about a presidency. And a lot of the people who are getting stuff done are obviously Leo in his
Which
group.
Makes sense. I feel like on the American president, he addresses the president's role more so, and then like he gets wrapped up in the whole like workflow of the White House.
Yeah, what's the White House really like?
I want to focus on that.
Yeah, yeah, because it's not just the president's day, and I'm glad the show isn't like a day in the life of the president every episode. No. It's who are the underpaid, underappreciated people working 20 hours a day that are actually
exactly
the ones that kind of make the machinery go. Yeah. Man, what a strong follow up to the pilot.
Yeah.
Tonally a lot different.
Very much so.
But same crisp writing. The characters aren't dramatically changed. As you pointed out, Mandy's hair was longer.
Yeah.
So it seems like there was some time passage between filming the first and second.
I told myself look for that. Look to see like for physical changes to see if there's
smart, because I wouldn't have caught that
straight out the gate.
Yeah, straight out the gate, her hair was much longer. Yeah. So there definitely was a time between finishing the pilot and putting the order together of the first season.
And my God, those tracking shots! Oh, so good.
The camera work is really impressive on this show.
This is how you know it's so good. You don't notice it.
You don't.
I notice it because I look for those kind of things. But if you notice, they'll go to a tracking shot, they'll stop, they'll tilt or pan to like another character, and they start again.
Yeah.
So they cut, pan, bam, do it again.
Very,
then,
very
they
impressive.
They sit down, the camera flows, it moves with them, and you don't even notice it. It's so subtle. And this is all on an NBC TV budget, which is crazy.
And I like the subtlety of it. I love the subtlety of it because it's kind of a big, like, fun trick in Hollywood and television now to like, oh, look, we did a 12-minute single shot. Oh, we did a 10-minute single shot. But they draw so much attention to it. Like,
it's all at this point. It's almost like a stunt.
It is.
Like 1917 did it. Birdman
1917 obviously did it. I was going to say a television show. Haunting of Hill House, right? The great episode in the funeral parlor.
I love that show.
Perfect.
So good.
But I mean I had a hard time watching that. Great episode, by the way. Yeah. But I was so focused on the fact, like with all the cameras, like they are not cutting on this. They're not cutting. And it really unintentionally probably drew my attention a little bit away because I was so focused on the fact, like, this is an amazing shot, and they are not cutting on it, at least in any way that I can tell.
I think the best in history. So you have the touch of evil,
right? Oh yeah.
But I think, for my money, Goodfellas, the Coca Cabana scene.
Oh, right, where they go through the...
And also, I think even more impressive than that, the opening of Boogie Nights is quite impressive.
Introduce every single character right up front like that. Yeah. From the outside the building on a crane to following individual characters
off of
around.
Tracks, you have people carrying the camera.
Right.
It's, logistically speaking, impressive. It's insane.
It's like
11
Paul
takes.
Right. It's like opening up Paul Thomas Anderson's second movie.
Yeah.
But at any rate, as far as The West Wing goes, I'm loving this show. I'm looking forward to
So far,
continuing
so
with
good.
it. Yeah, it's
absolutely.
Man, you cannot beat great writing plus great actors. You know what I mean? You get those two things together, and it's just magic. And this show has both really going for it.
It's impressive, to
All
say
right.
the least.
Thanks, guys. We will catch you next week with the third episode of The West Wing. Again, for those of you on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Please, pretty please.
Por favor.
Yeah.
And hop on over to Patreon if you guys want to see the full episode.
Absolutely. Throw some cheddar this way. I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah, make it rain for us.
Shameless self-promotion. All right. Talk to you later, guys.
Bye, guys.